is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly, I don't mean to sound like Cat Williams, but this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Who will die in The Last of Us 2? We don't know, but I think Neil Druckmann just gave us a big hint. Take a look.
There's stakes. There's real stakes. And with The Last of Us, no one is safe. And we wanted people to go into The Last of Us Part 2, especially with this theme. And what we're trying to say with this game is knowing that no one is safe, not even these two.
Hold on. Listen one more time. This is very deep. If you don't know who this is Neil Druckmann, the creative director of The Last of Us Part 1 and the creative director of The Last of Us Part 2. Let's look at it one more time.
There's stakes. There's real stakes. And with The Last of Us, no one is safe. And we wanted people to go into The Last of Us Part 2, especially with this theme. And what we're trying to say with this game is knowing that no one is safe, not even these two.
Now that being said, someone deeply involved with the game, the writer, the creative director, that being said, no one in this game is safe. And what could this mean, may you ask? Could this mean that there are choices in this game or different ways to complete the game or several endings possibly? Because that's what it sounds like. If no one is safe, and he said that he wants the game, wants the players to feel like they're at, things are at stake playing the game, which is beautiful, right? But could that mean that there are choices in different endings to where the game isn't just like the first one, where it's one ending and then that's it, they send you off? There could possibly be more than one or two endings, depending on maybe your play style, or maybe if you're, completely brutal, if you're sparing certain people, if you help people, I don't know. I mean, the game is in May. Things could change. The game could get delayed again, but who knows? But from what Neil Druckmann, the creative director, from what he said, it sounds like there are definitely multiple endings, which sounds cool because, I'm definitely a big fan of Don't Nod and Telltale games, so I'm all for it. But I feel like maybe for some people that are diehard Last of Us fans, maybe they wouldn't really like that. But I mean, who knows? It's really a whole opinion thing. But yeah, if you do like it though, leave some comments. Whether or not, if you're a fan of Telltale, definitely let me know if you're a fan of Telltale. If you're a fan of Don't Nod, creative games like Life is Strange, if you're a fan of them, leave some comments if you're a fan of them. And if you're a fan of both, also, be sure to leave a comment. Or if you're a fan, a diehard fan of Last of Us, and you don't necessarily like this, or you do like this, possibility of there being choices or multiple endings, definitely let me know down below. But now, let's get into the question. Who will die in The Last of Us 2? Let's hop into it. So my personal opinion, I personally think that there could definitely be multiple endings. One ending, which where, Ellie is by herself and Joel probably dies. But in my opinion, I think it's a whole different thing. I don't think Joel is alive to begin with, but I'll probably save that for another video. But another ending would be, where, both of them die, and it's Ellie's fault because Ellie is going out on this revenge quest, and obviously when you're letting your emotions take over, things can tend to, definitely go wrong. So with that being said, I think there's a high risk that, she could definitely not make it out the game alive, and I think that'll definitely add to the dramatic effect of the game. So I think that would be, a good ending, but of course it would be like a sad ending, right? But it would be good because it would add to that effect of the game, right? And I feel like there will be another ending where maybe they both live, but I doubt that because in the first game we know that they both lived, right? So that would be kind of corny and cheesy if you would, I guess, right? That would be pretty cheesy. But yeah, I think there would definitely be at least, 2 to maybe 3 to 4 endings. Maybe what he said doesn't mean there's gonna be multiple endings, but if there is, I think those would be the the endings for The Last of Us Part 2. And I also think Ellie will not make it out because the way the game makes the story look, as if Ellie is alone for most of it. Maybe just because that's a demo they've shown, but from my take and from what all of us think is that Ellie's alone for most of the game. And because she's alone, based off of what Tommy said when he said that how armored they are and how big they are and stuff like that, and then Joel came with you think I'll let you do this on your own, right? I think that kind of adds to it, to where Ellie is alone and she was refusing her fellow caretakers help and advice. So there's definitely a risk, and there's definitely a life at stake here, because when you're going up alone towards these heavily armored groups that are definitely gonna kill you, right? Like a negative impact at the end of the game. There has to be. And I think the only way there wouldn't be a death of Ellie in this game is if she has several people that go and help her, right, to go and complete this revenge quest and exact revenge on the people who did her and whoever else wrong, that were yet to find out what really happened that caused this revenge quest. But we're gonna find out soon. But yeah, the only way that she would survive is if she has help. And from what it looks like, she's refusing, every sign of help that is being given to her. But then again, like I said a couple times, the demo is only something that they're teasing us with. Obviously, they're taking this time to show us things that make us think certain people are dead, certain people are this and that. Like, it's just a demo that is, painting a narrative that is obviously probably not going to be in the game, right? It's just to paint a narrative so that we have these Easter eggs that we can talk about and have these videos that, obviously I'm making now. But this is what the demo is. The demo doesn't just completely paint out what is going to happen in the game. Most of us think that people like, Dina is dead and, whoever else is dead, but I don't think this is the case. I think they just use, their footage and their editing to make it look like this is what happened, and somebody got shot, and people think Dina might have got shot. Maybe it could be, but maybe it's not. It's just that this is what we have to do when the game has to come out. They're teasing things, and not all of them are going to be existent in the actual game. But I want to say one thing before I close off this video. I think personally that if Ellie were to die, I think this is the way it would happen. I feel like Joel would end up dying because maybe he slows down, and maybe a zombie attacks him and they just eat him up, right? I think that would be the way Joel would die. But then Ellie, I think because it was full circle, like she wanted, like since the first game where in Left Behind DLC, she wanted to go die with Riley because they were both bitten at the time, but she didn't go, like she didn't die, so she was still waiting for a return, as she said at the ending. So I think at that point, because she's overwhelmed of Joel's death in The Last of Us 2, she would probably take her own life, and just, I guess that would probably be the ending. And I think that would be, one of the craziest endings like ever in, gaming history. And I think that would be, in my opinion, it sounds dark, and a lot of people wouldn't have the stomach for it, but I think that would be an amazing ending to where she, everything comes full circle and she technically gets her wish, but it will be in this gruesome to where the players would be overwhelmed as well as Ellie. And I think maybe it's a little bit, too, dark and deep, but I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys watching. And I'm gonna definitely be making more of these as we get closer and closer and closer to this release date, which is May 29th of 2020, right? Damn, it would have been, this is crazy. It would have been coming out next month. Just this day. It would have been out literally next month. That's crazy. But yeah, in May, we're definitely going to keep making these until the release date. And yeah, definitely want to see what you guys think. Leave some comments, leave some likes. And if you enjoyed, hit that sub. And I'll see you on the next one.